Oh, yeah, because she was born running, so I knew she'd take to it. I was trying to find something that would try to wear her out so she'd go to sleep at night. You know, a little skinny, pint-sized soccer player, because she was thin as a stick. And she was a little tomboy. And then she grew into this teenager, thought she was Miss Priss tomboy, and wore all this makeup. And then in high school, one of the things I did tell them that they said over the intercom was, because she thought she had to be beautiful, Miss Priss tomboy, out on the soccer field with makeup on. And every time game was over, she came off looking like a raccoon, because all her eyeliner and mascara just all over her eyes. And I would just laugh and say, well, here comes little Miss Priss raccoon. And then she went to college and decided, okay, I'm playing, but I don't have to wear the makeup anymore. And she didn't come off looking like a raccoon anymore. So that's another change I saw.
Just getting back to when I first recruited you, I remember seeing you at the Bethesda Cup. Cold, wintry Saturday morning, windy. It's always windy at the Bethesda Cup. And when I had a chance to see you play, it was one of those things where I thought, I don't have a chance at this student athlete, because she looks pretty darn good size, good pace, good everything. But something inside just said, hey, give her a call and see what happens. As luck would have it, it worked out well, because when I recruited you that your senior year in high school, I know that towards the end of your high school year, your mom called me in spring, because I thought I had lost you to NC Wesleyan, and your mom just said, we don't want to go to NC Wesleyan, we don't like what the coach is all about, we want to come back to you. And I mean, I was just totally blown away when that happened. And that's when I also came back out and saw you play, when you played your last game at Chantilly High School, which was also a good match that you played.
Yeah, like on her green trip, yeah, she came, and I remember she was really quiet, and she didn't say much. And then we went to dinner, because Jane was our host, and she just sat there like the whole time. And I was like, oh, you're from Virginia? And she's like, yeah. I was like, me too. She's like, oh, cool. And then she just sat there.
Yes, first time I met Chrystal, she was very shy, and I thought she was the shit, and she thought she was the shit playing soccer at first. But one road trip, we roomed together and became best friends since then.
First time I saw Chrystal play was, in the first training session. It's tradition with the teams that I coach to open up preseason with basically just playing. And I had heard all about the Chrystal Bradley, and so threw him out there and was just absolutely amazed at the ability that she had to take over a game. And from that point, I really thought that we could do something special here. And there's no question that Chrystal has delivered. And it's been an absolute joy to see you grow as a person and as a player. And I'm so excited that we were able to do and be so successful here in your last couple of years.
The first time I met Chrystal was at the elite camp, and you could point her out because she was doing all these crazy moves, and she was better than everyone. But she was really nice, and she was really warm, and like it made me feel a lot more comfortable knowing that when I came to the team, I would have someone that I could look up to and stuff that would help me out.
I was just always excited every time she got on the field. I guess any big game or playing like Christopher Newport, or just one of the stronger teams, and she was just the type of player that if a goal needed to, the goal needed to be, then for some reason she would dig down and try and make that happen, whether she assisted or made the goal herself. And it was always exciting to see what she'd come up with to get a win, because she really hates to lose. I don't know which games are the best. I just like watching her play no matter what, as long as she put her heart into it. That, like I said, she always like somehow she would dig down and you know, help the team win, just because I know she hates to lose, and somehow she puts that upon herself to make it happen somehow. And it's always amazing that, oh wow, you know, whether it's the last 60 seconds or 10 minutes, as Grady saying, is 6 seconds, and sometimes it's just kind of amazing. And of course I taught her everything she knows.
First and foremost, this is a big honor for me when Kirby called to kind of wrap things up for your 4 years at Methodist for Chrystal. I first and foremost want to thank your mom and dad for trusting me with you. I know from day one when I met Grady and Vicky, they were very personable, and just them trusting me to take care of you, Chrystal, said a lot. And I knew from then on it would have been a good relationship. I know from talking to your mom through your freshman year and into your sophomore year, she said, Bobby, Chrystal really doesn't warm up to very many people. I know you had a good relationship with your high school coach that I talked to quite a bit in recruiting you, and also Bob Childs. But eventually, I want to thank you for letting me into your circle, because towards the end of your sophomore year, I thought you and I had a really good, close relationship.
Okay, my favorite memory with Chrystal is I don't have just one particular memory with her, but more so playing on the field with her in practice, because Chrystal was one of those people that would go hard no matter what, anytime that we went up against each other, and it's always good to have really good competition. And there were many times that Chrystal shut me down, and I'm sure there's many times I shut her down. Like in the alumni game, the last one I attended, she shut me down a few times. I think she scored 3 goals on me. She just did a little turn and went with ease towards the goal and just put the ball in the side netting and looked easy. So that's probably my favorite memory or memories with Chrystal.
All the road trips, because she was always really crazy.
It was actually 2 years ago, the CNU game. We were tied, or no, we weren't tied. It was a direct kick, I think it was, and there was about 10 seconds left on the clock, and I was the one yelling at Chrystal to shoot the ball, and she looked at me like I was crazy, and finally she took my advice and she scored and tied the game.
Wow, there's just so many. You know, there's some obviously unbelievable, impressive acts of soccer ability. I think there's so many your junior year, I can't really pinpoint one goal or another. And not to delve on the negative, but, missing that PK against CNU in the conference championship game, I think really drove you to be such a better player, and going into your senior year, that it was fantastic to see you. And obviously the goal of the year is the goal against CNU in the conference championship. You know, how poetic justice that would be the one that you would score to make our championship season. All along the way, gosh, the volley at St. Mary's probably is one of the best athletic goals I've seen you make. Diving header at AU wasn't too bad either. Just so many. You didn't make it easy. You certainly had 1,000 shots to give it a chance, but that's okay. We still love you and appreciate you.
I actually do remember her scoring 4 goals, and I hope that one day I can score 4 goals in a game, because that's really cool. But I do remember before each half, we would always like do this handshake, and that was like, it was just cool to know that I was doing the handshake with Chrystal, and she's the captain and she's the best on the team, and that's awesome. And also we'd always like talk to each other and try to like make give and goes and stuff, and we always wanted to do it. Even though we didn't always do it, it was still fun to know that we were on the same page and everything.